All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked enough about being kind and respectful and being very friendly and all that. There comes a time when you have to do things in moderation. I mean, you can't control what everybody thinks about you or what everybody does around you. And if you make yourself so wrapped up in it, it's not good, right? You have to make sure you allow yourself that leverage to sort of move past it, right? I really feel like I do know now what I've been doing wrong this whole time. And the same goes with my with some of my past jobs and before. Like I was very much always the same type of person. Every time I had a person that I talked to, I was going very fast, and even like a bodybuilder, sometimes can't keep up with me, right? So, I was one time I was at the gym and I was racing against a bodybuilder. I was really going very fast, and the bodybuilder was going a certain speed. I was going way, way, way faster, and I lasted way longer. I got on the machine before they did, and I lasted way longer. And they really had. It was crazy because they were really strong. Well, so am I. I'm gorgeous and strong, but so were they. And I was like, really, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, I felt so good about myself after. I was like, wow, I really did well. So I went so fast and I did a really good job. And so, I really, I don't notice it. Like I really think that I'm not strong enough or that I'm not powerful enough, but yet I raced against a bodybuilder and I was like way, way better. Like you should see, I was going like speed. I think I was going speed 9 or 8 or 9 or 10, and they were going speed 5, and we were on for like over an hour, like it was a long time, and I was running, 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 going so fast and doing such a good job, and they were running, 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 but they were going at 5, right? And I really did like I was like, oh my god, I'm doing so much better than they are because they were going slower, and we lasted for a long time. Now I can run on a treadmill for 8 hours. I can run, not just walk, but run on a treadmill for 8 hours. So when you have that kind of energy, you really don't realize how people are around you. They might not be really loving what you do, but you don't notice. I mean, I'm very much centered on getting things done. Even with my videos, people are like, you've done a ton of videos. How do you do that many videos? And for me, I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't do enough, or why didn't I do enough, or whatever. And other people are like, oh my god, like you did. I did 240 videos in one day once. All right, that's TikTok and YouTube in one day. 240. Okay, that's a lot of videos, and people are like, how do you do so many videos? That is insane. And here I am. Like I think I have something. Not necessarily something wrong with me because I have good habits and I really have a good work ethic. But I think you know how when people are like feeling like they're not enough and they don't do anything. I do tons and tons and tons and tons and tons, and yet I don't feel I'm enough. It's funny because I'm like, how can you do any more? Like 240 videos in one day, and I'm just so hard on myself. And I'm like, oh my god, like how do you, how do you do that? Other people are like, oh my god, no way. And I'm just like, well, I could have done more, or I'm like, well, look at Madonna, or you know what I mean? Like, and people are like, you are good, don't worry. And I just get so caught up in that. It's so funny actually, because I'm very hard on myself. Like, I just don't like to be, like, I like to be really hardcore energy, and I just really, and I always found, with bodybuilders, you meet a bodybuilder sometimes and you talk to them, you hang out with them, and they're very much like into talking about their diet and talking about what they eat and talking about the workouts they do. And I really, I was like, well, I was really much like thinking to myself, that annoys me. Not that annoys me. I have friends that are bodybuilders, I don't mind, but that really, not that it annoys me, but I'm like, I don't want to hear what you ate or what you did at the gym. Like, why didn't you do those things and talk about something else, right? And do those things hardcore and full energy and like crazy, but bring up conversation, not just what you ate and what you lifted. But I mean, if I'm dating someone that's a bodybuilder or a female fitness girl, I'm not going to be like, oh, you can't talk about it. But I mean, I don't. I mean, for me, I just really like to I really like to meet someone that really is into that thing. I like to meet people that are really into those things, but don't spend a ton of time. Oh, I mean, I don't mind if they talk about it. I love talking about that. I love dieting too. I love exercising too, and I talk about it too. But I'd rather have someone that doesn't just talk about that. You know what I mean? There are some people, there are some bodybuilders that are so into talking about how they diet and exercise, and they just focus on that, and they don't look in it when you're dating them. I look, you know, for YouTube and TikTok, and for those things, I understand you're going to talk about that. That's the focus. You're trying to motivate people. I like to talk about that. That my channel is good for people that like to diet. I like to talk about how my channel is good for people that like to exercise. But I mean, when I'm dating someone, the conversation isn't going to be about diet and exercise constantly, because we're going to have lots of things in common, I would assume. But then again, I mean, really, I don't know. I'm kind of having mixed feelings about it, because I mean, I want to talk about Molina all the time, and not everybody does, right? So talk about whatever you want, darling. If the person that you like wants to hear it, then let them. If the person doesn't, well, then talk to someone else, darling. You know, whatever, it's fine. If somebody likes to talk about their diet and exercise, that's fine. I mean, I diet and exercise constantly too. I just find that when you talk with your partner or people that you're dating about diet and exercise constantly, you know, and then you're so focused on it, you know. But I understand a lot of people are like that. They want to keep the diet and exercise going. But I think, you know, you do that internally with yourself, and you share romance and fun and all those things with your partner. You know? But those things can be fun and romantic too. I mean, talking about your diet, talking about what you eat, talking about what your focus is, that's cool too. Anyway, everything goes. Bye now.